Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are in a bit of a race here with the Istran Slayers to get up to Grumium, and to be honest, I don't think we're going to get it. But we can try. There's no harm in trying. We're going to push our way up here and take as much as we can. Garia would be ideal. That contains a gateway. Like, that's the ideal fallback. Well, okay, let me explain this differently. We have like 3 sets of goals here, 3 tiers. And all are acceptable. Grumium is the top tier goal. If we get that, I will be ecstatic. Garia is the mid-tier goal. That is my expectation. Salieto is our bottom tier goal. If we get that, it'll be fine, but by no means ideal. So we're going to push our way through here and get everything that we can, and that'll be absolutely great. We are in need of additional consumer goods and food. We've also met the Galactic Uvzant Autocracy. Okay. We'll properly greet them in battle. Fantastic. Who is this? The Alliance of Rulon 4 sending science ships through our territory. Okay, that's exciting. Xenophobic, huh? Well, sure. That's fine. So we're going to move our way through Chibano into Sayama. Uthabulan refugees, huh? Okay, well, we will happily take refugees. That means that Advatir can now successfully build itself an agriculture district. And that should put us positive in food, at least for now. That'd be great. We really, really need to get a consumer goods factory online, though. So we'll see what we can do about that. We are making our way through a Kalinda. And there's only so much that we can actually get here, right? So we're just trying to optimize how much we can get out of this situation. Now, if they're not going to push out of Riag, that's great. We'll be super, super happy with that. Now, do we have time here to build all of this? I don't think so. We're going to move immediately to Salieto and just try to get as much as we can up this direction. We are not going to be doing any investigations. We're going to be doing pure surveys all the way through here as quick as we can. Grumium following up. Cool.
System survey.
The Scanurian Commonwealth has laid claim to the J system. Of all things. Okay. Good luck with that. They're not going to be too successful, I don't think. So we're going to build our starbase in Salieto as soon as we can. Great. And our generator world does need... Oh, actually, we're positive on our consumer goods now. So we're just going to build in a generator here to be most ideal. This is currently set up as a mining world. I suppose that's because it has high-quality minerals, so that's fine. We'll put in a mining district here. Once we've exhausted this, the plan is to switch that over to industrial districts. A crime wave on Earth, huh? Now, we already dealt with this, kind of, with precinct houses. I think we're just going to have to wait for this to go away. It is unfortunate. But I think that's what we need. So that'll be fine for now. And on Europe, we immediately want to go for... This is a research world. So we're going to go for a research lab here. Fantastic. Unfortunately, there are no research bonuses there, but that's fine. This is a generator world, which is not necessarily ideal, but it'll do. So Salieto is now done. We're going to head into Garia and commence construction there as soon as we can. And this is in Garia. We're going to leave this be for now. We do not have time to research that right now. So we're going to finish up in Eglor soon enough. And we'll grab Garia shortly. We want to build our starbase here right now. Top priority. We did just finish repairing our fleets. We should probably get those upgrading, as well as... Okay, that is at full strength. So let's go ahead and get these upgraded. There we go. That'll spend down our alloys a little bit. And keep our station busy for a bit. Eglor has finished up, so we're going to build our mining and research stations there, and then head into Elthior when we're done. Cool.
Scientific breakthrough.
And we're heading all the way over to Chibano. Cool. So there's our star holds done. Star Fortress is next, or railguns? The answer is railguns, but I'd like to do something else there eventually. So for the moment, we are going to get these minerals sold off, and we're going to upgrade Arcturus and Andrusa and Breslin up to Starholtz.
Construction complete.
So we're done in Garia. We're heading to Orpheus next. There is a fair amount of surveying left to be done here. So that'll take a little bit, but we'll get this done as soon as we can. We've already achieved our second tier goal of Garia. Wumjiam is kind of our next tier goal, because that does control access to this constellation. So Wumjiam is better than, like, Orpheus. But we'll see what we get here. Orbital filing system finishing up, and we could just go for habitability increases. I'm okay with that. Although that's 87 months. Yeah, maybe not on that one. Hydroponics farms? Probably hydroponics farms. That's much cheaper. So we'll let that go. How are we doing on our jobs? Jobs look fine. We're positive on everything here. The Numistic Order has shown up. What do they want to give us? Numistic data modeling for 3,500 energy credits. We have a big surplus of energy credits right now.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
So that gives us trade value plus 5%. Now, we're not really too focused on trade. In fact, we've barely got any trade going on right now. We've got our trade station in Galurum, and that's it. In fact, we should work on upgrading that.
Our ships have been made superior.
Cool. So we're going to be done in Orpheus very, very shortly here.
Anomaly found.
Leave it be. We cannot take the time to survey that anomaly right now. We're going to have a string of stuff back here, but that's fine. And we know that there's an Ether Drake up here, so we're not in a rush to grab this world.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, Orpheus is done. Let's get that starbase building, and our X-ray laser has finished up. Let's grab ourselves... Hyperdrive 2? Hyperdrive 2. Cool. So Orpheus is being built, and all of these could be upgraded again. Sure, why not? We'll get that underway. That won't take very long. Excellent. So we can see now that there's nobody in Grummium or Wumjiam. We might actually get everything that we wanted here. That would be insane.
Our ships have been made superior.
But we might. I'm going to build the mining and research stations here real quick, and then we'll head into Wumjiam, because we're a little ahead of our construction here. So we'll get this all surveyed up. Nothing on the smaller star.
Construction complete.
And 3 physics research on the larger star. I like it. So the Danube isn't doing anything, and Caravaneers have shown up. A spontaneous outbreak of goodwill turned into a combination of open-air market and party. Okay, they gave us 2,000 energy credits.
Our ships
Neat.
have been made superior.
So we're going to go ahead and build our mining stations on Elsior. And then we'll come up behind and go to Sayama.
Superior.
Cool. We'll finish up this research station shortly here.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Cool. Hydroponics farms is now done. Pop growth speed is absolutely what we take next. Pop growth is super important. So Jurup has need of a job. We're going to put in a city district here because this is a science facility. So we're going to need to expand our building slots. We're going to head into Wumjiam now. And we're almost done here. Almost. But not quite. We do have an expansion that we can take here. New colony starting with an additional pop sounds real good to me. We'll go ahead and get that going.
Scientific breakthrough
and
achieved.
We also got our railguns done. Beautiful. We'll grab mining station output here. And we'll get our starbase built now, immediately. Fantastic. We're going to head over to Grummium, and then we're going to bring these guys over here as well. Remember, this is an arid world, and so it's not the greatest for us to colonize. There's this alpine world here, which should be fine. More refugees showing up. They are indeed welcome here. That does mean that Earth needs more jobs. For the time being, we're going to get alloy megaforges. Cool. So that'll be fine, and it's now looking an awful lot like we're going to get Grummium, which is insane to me. Finally, we've got our habitable world surveys completed. Only 77 years into the game. Fantastic. That's not that great anymore, but sure. It's helpful, I guess.
Anomaly found.
Okay. This we leave be. This is in Grumium. We need to get this surveying done as soon as we can. We're still in danger of losing Grumium, but it's looking good. Yeah, we now know that this is an arid world, 30% habitability. We should terraform it, and we certainly will. We'll sell off our minerals there. Cool. We're quite mineral rich, which will be good for our economy later on, as we start looking to get just huge amounts of alloys. So that'll be great. And we're to get the starbase built here just as soon as we can.
System survey complete.
Okay, so we found rare crystals here too. That's quite good as well. We'll build our starbase there.
New world has begun.
And now we're going to start going back, researching these anomalies. And this project. And then from there, we'll go back onto automatic survey and grab these. Cool. So that should be fine. And we're making our way around to Sayama. I do expect that this construction ship will get here and start working on this stuff before we work our way back. But we definitely know that we need a starport in Wumjiam. We got everything we wanted here, and that's insane. A closer scan of the debris field around Grumium 3 has led to the discovery of an airtight capsule containing an atomic clock that measures time with unparalleled precision. It has a frequency uncertainty so low that it will be another 879 million years before it gains a single second, and it's counting down to a date 42 years and 3 days away. The capsule holds no clues as to what this date signifies or who the owners are, but it seems as though someone out there has lost track of the time. Well, we could keep an eye on it, or destroy it. We'll keep an eye on it. I've never seen that event actually turn out to be anything, but I like to roll it just to see. We'll build our mining stations over in Grumium, and we want to get this terraforming immediately. We're going to send this over to a continental world, and then we're going to come back to Wumjiam and build our research stations. There we go. And then we'll just let the anomalies here get finished up. That'll be fine. Physics research, wormhole travel. We do have access to the Elthier wormhole. Or hyper relays. It's got to be hyper relays. I don't like it, but it's got to be hyper relays. Specifically, what I don't like is making that choice. But we do need hyper relays. It's getting very difficult to move around our systems. So we need to get started on that. And on Earth, we can go ahead and build research complexes. On Europe, we're going to certainly build another research lab. So we'll get that underway. Trabano is being worked on. Grumium will be worked on. We should definitely... This is a tomb world here. So we need to get climate restoration. Eventually. Primordial soup, huh? Nestled in sheltered pockets across Orpheus 4's surface is a rich sludge of simple organic compounds that our researchers believe could be a hotbed for abiogenesis, the spontaneous formation of organic life from lifeless matter. Orpheus 4 has an unusually thick atmosphere for a barren world, which could make it hospitable for simple life forms. Although this presents a unique opportunity to study what could be the early stages of the origin of life, it would be best to set our expectations low, as it may still be millions of years before life evolves naturally on Orpheus 4, if at all. Well, we get some society research out of it. Cool. More xenophobic from the AI. Sure.
Achieved.
Cloning is now done. And Off-World Trading Company would actually be pretty good for us. We're going to need to work on our trade eventually. There's a lot of unclaimed trade right now, and I would like to do something about that. Off-world trading companies would help that to some degree. So that'll be fine. And we're going to work over here. The signal originates from a gathering of destroyed military vessels in orbit around Garia 2. It seems a foreign alien power predating our civilization by many thousands of years, called the Suzhan Empire, was attempting to hijack the Gateway network using some kind of interference beam, when they were rudely interrupted. Though the beam is active and calibrated on the Gateway security network, it has been damaged in the assault. Perhaps our scientists could mend it. Sure, let's give it a go. I've never seen this event before, so that'll be very interesting. Go ahead and do that right now. What could possibly go wrong? I'm not even going to move our science, or rather our military ships over, because I'm sure it'll be fine. This mining world here requires jobs, and honestly at this point, we should probably just max out our mining districts here. This mining world also requires jobs. It does have tile blockers, and clearing those would be nice, but for the time being, that's not an option. I do want to... We're very mineral rich right now. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put in a civilian industry here. I would like to get this moat harvesting trap built, but for the time being, that's not an option.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Cool. Mining station output improved. We could go for star fortresses here. We could go for standardized corvette patterns. Durasteel armor. There's a lot of good stuff here. Everything here is good. But we're going for standardized corvette patterns for now. So Wumjiam is going to continue being built, and we of course built our station here. We'll get that upgrading over to a Starhold, and we should definitely build a gun battery here. Oh, they renamed these to torpedo battery. Huh. Cool. We'll get that going, and we'll get a disruption field generator and a communications jammer there. We're going to need to do the same sort of thing over here. Gun, torpedo, gun, leaving the other open for now, and a disruption field generator and a communications jammer. Cool. And do we do the same over here? No, this needs to be switched into a torpedo battery, and then we'll build a new gun battery down here. This should eventually be a communications jammer. We'll just wait for the month tick, and there we go. Beautiful.
Special project complete.
Though our scientists were unable to pierce the gateway's security systems, we have gained some very valuable insight into how the network functions. The Sujin Empire had been obsessed with the gateway for centuries and gathered all the data they could find in an effort to break through. So we got an L-Gate insight. Okay, cool. So the Galurum station definitely should have a hydroponics bay on it. It should also definitely get a... we don't actually have the tech yet, do we? We're researching it right now? Yeah, the Off-World Trading Company. That's what we're going to want on there eventually. But for now, building our hydroponics bay is fine, and we'll build a couple of trade hubs as well. Cool. More refugees. I like it. That's very good for us. Getting more pops is so important.
Achieved.
Off-World Trading Company is now done. I guess more... Ooh, hang on. Ecological adaptation. It's good. It's not climate restoration, but we'll take it. This tech world could get an upgraded planetary administration, and we definitely want to get our off-world trading company going here. Perfect. Standardized corvette patterns are done. Modular engineering. Let's go for it. Cool. Okay. So we're going to need to get a...
Special project complete.
We'll get back to you. We'll need to get a gun battery and a torpedo battery built here, and we'll also build a disruption field generator eventually, but for now this is fine. After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Sayama 1, Science Officer Erica Sauer has concluded that the creature served as some kind of organic starship. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found within the larger skeleton, and we assume these came from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, this organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Sayama 1. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone has substantially advanced our knowledge. Cool. So that's quite a lot of additional science there. I like it. We'll go ahead and build our research stations in Sayama and then build in Salieto. You can come build in Garia. There we go. Fantastic. And we'll get this all done soon enough. Elthier Prime could use a planetary administration, and this is a generator world, so we're eventually going to want an energy grid as well. We'll get that underway. This generator world here, they are able to migrate, but I think for the time being, we'll just finish up our generator districts here. And then on Earth, of course, we're basically maxed out, but I think that it would be wise to replace this mining district with an industrial district. We've got plenty of minerals coming in, and we could definitely use more consumer goods. We do have more food on the way. So that should be fine. Cool. More refugees. Okay, I like it. And this is a continental and an Arctic world. Sure. Once we have climate restoration, we can work on bringing those up, or rather, ecological adaptation. But we're going to be unlocking hyper relays very shortly. So here's what we're going to do. After we're done here, we're going to head back to Wumjium, and we're going to start building our hyper relay network all the way up to our capital up here, connecting all of our defense bases for right now. So that's ready to go. Let's go ahead and grab auxiliary fire control, I guess. That's pretty quick, so we'll get that going. We are full on minerals again. We'll sell those off.
Construction complete.
Cool. So we're going to head up over here and build a hyper relay. Now the real question is, how many rare crystals are we making? The answer is 7 per month, which isn't a lot. Noted. We may have to buy in rare crystals, but I think we can afford that. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. So we're going to finish up in Salieto here, and then we'll head over to Gilprim. That'll be fine. We'll get that done, and we'll get all this surveyed up. And then the science ship can go over to Jurup and assist research there, is going to be the plan. Our intel is falling. I don't really care too much about that, to be honest. And for the time being, we're deliberately leaving this empty. I would like to get some fighters for that, but for now, we don't have the tech. So that's okay. I can't believe they let us get Grumium. That's insane to me. I don't know what the AI was thinking there. Well, actually, I do. The AI doesn't think. So there is that. But we definitely, especially with not having a connection over here, we definitely need to start putting together our networks. Complete. So we'll have that done soon enough. And that'll be fine. I mean, we'll have it started soon enough. So we're done in Gilprim, and we should definitely build our starbase over here. Cool. Once we're done grabbing this area over here, this construction ship is going to make its way all the way over to Breslin, which will then look to link up with this network at Iostars. Is going to be the plan. And then probably move up to Andrusa, and honestly, over to Arcturus as well. We'll get this entire area over here dealt with, most likely. Preliminary scans of RLS 55987 indicate that a heavily armed vessel is in orbit of the asteroid. It'd be wise to proceed with caution. Well, we'll look into it. I'm sure it won't be a problem. Auxiliary fire control. Ooh, wormhole travel already? That's kind of lucky. I like it. We just passed up on wormhole travel not long ago. So that worked out really well.
Construction complete.
The armed vessel discovered in orbit of RLS 5897 is an abandoned military spacecraft called Nefri's Pride. Its light frame and evasion hardware suggests it was built for long-distance patrol missions, but it has since been retrofitted into a long-range stealth bomber. Records of the ship's comms reveal it was hijacked by a rebel guerrilla on its way to perform a strike against a secret complex called the Zvan Labs, said to hold a weapon so powerful it could help them win the war when they were shot down. We've extracted the ship's destination from its navigational drive. Well, let's look into it.
Updated.
So where is this? All the way up in Waldor. Well, we'll send the BOS Ibn Battuta to go look into that. Fantastic. So that'll be fine, and we're going to finish off in Gilprim here. We did finish up in Wumjium, so we're going to build our hyper relay in Orpheus. That's excellent. And from here, let's go ahead and grab star fortresses. We definitely want to keep upgrading our stations and making it less likely that we get attacked. So we'll put in a gun battery here. We will put in a communications jammer and a disruption field generator down over this direction. Looks good. Our stations are reasonably formidable. They're not huge, but they're reasonably formidable. But most important is the fact that we... That's interesting. I don't see the hyper relay here. Maybe it only shows up when it's actually linked to something. That's very interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. Tribano Prime, of course, needs its gene clinic and its city district. We'll get that underway.
Special project complete.
Our scientists have returned from the Zvan Labs unscathed, with footage collected from the facility's security cameras. It shows lab scientists bound and gagged as guerrilla soldiers pry open the weapons strongbox. But to their dismay, the box is empty. Only minutes later, the rebels can be seen writhing on the floor in intense agony, dark patches swelling across their bodies. Then their skin rips, and a gray, unidentifiable matter spills out. The matter continues to expand, swirling hypnotically around them, until one of the scientists activates the emergency system. Sprinklers douse the room in liquid, and an electrical surge passes through it, executing all living beings. Here, the footage ends. Our crew can confirm that the strongbox was indeed empty. Spooky. So that got us some progress onto superfluid materials. Cool. We'll go back and continue to assist research at Sol. Something along the lines of that. There we go. Cool. And I just want to see this get finished up. We'll bump up to fastest for the moment and tick on forward until this hyper relay finishes. It should be reasonably quick. We will build a starbase up in Ophei. Cool.
Scientific breakthrough.
We did max
achieved.
out our minerals yet again. We'll sell off a bunch more of those. Ecological adaptation finishing up. And let's unlock planetary capitals. Fantastic. We're now at 65% done with our hyper relay.
System survey complete.
And we're done over here. So let's just go ahead and take this off of automatic survey, and then we'll head over to Europe, which is a long ways away, but we'll assist research at Europe. Cool. As you can see, that's a very, very long ways away. Yikes. No doubt about that one. But we're now 87% done with this hyper relay. See that hyper relay? This one is just, maybe it's bugged and not showing up. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just blind. But I don't see a hyper relay in Wumjium. Because there isn't one. Weird. I swear we built one. Well, we'll get that queued up, and from there we'll head back. That's fine. More militaristic, that's great. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to finish off our last bit of expansion over here, going to colonize these couple of worlds, and it'll be great. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Unisol, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.